France, England. It's going to be a deadly day, man. It's going to be a deadly. It's an intriguing matchup. England have Walker and Shaw, who are two very good wing backs, two very good players. And then France have Mbappe and Dembele. Mbappe probably the best player in the world right now. Yo, it's gonna be crazy, man. Imagine minute after minute you got Mbappe running at you. If he's not running at you, you got Dembele running at you. Giroud in the box. He's physical. He knows how to play the number 9 role in and out. He's going to be a problem for Maguire and Stones to handle. So that's the strength of France. Now England, we've got pace as well. You got Saka, you got Rashidi, and you got another handful in Harry Kane. So England can pose France problems as well. So the battle is going to be in the midfield. What midfield is going to turn up on the day? Is Bellingham going to win his battles? Will Rice actually show up and look for passes and try and get the ball from the defenders quickly? I think that's what the battle is going to be. If the midfield is not on point against France, England might get battered because, as I was saying before, for the England game, too many times the back line's playing back and forth between themselves. We can't afford to do that against France. They're not going to give you the time. They're not going to wait for you to be looking up to try and find the right pass. They're going to be on you straight away, and they know that you're going to look. They know Maguire and Stone's always looking for the wing backs as an outlet. They're going to close them down, lock them off. So the centre backs are going to be forced to try and make passes through the middle. That's why I'm saying the midfielders need to be on point. Rice can't be marking himself out of the game. He needs to be there receiving the ball, looking up, spraying it forward. Who do I think is going to win? I think France. I think a young 3-1 France. I can't see England beating France. No chance. If England beat France, I'll be very happy, but I can't see it happening. I cannot see it happening. But the keys to victories for England, their creative players need to be creative, man. They need to not be scared to attack. They need to move the ball faster, as we've all said and we've all seen. England, when they play the ball faster and pass quickly, are dangerous. They've got players upfield that can hurt you. They've got Kane, they've got Saka, they've got Mashidi, they've got Foden, they've got Grealish. They've got guys that can hurt you. So if England progress the ball fast, they can hurt France. And that's the keys to victory. And England physically, I reckon they can out-physical France. They can out-physical this French team. They can. And the Premier League, all these players in the English team playing in the Premier League, the most physically demanding league in the world, they're used to that. They need to bring that. For the 90 minutes, they just need to be out here just running their socks off because France is the hardest game in the tournament for this team. There's no team better than France for me. So this game, they need to go all out. And I reckon they can out-physical France. For France, they've got Mbappe and Dembele and Giroud. Mbappe's Mbappe and he's sourcing. He's moving mad. He's determined to prove that he's the best. In our last video that we did, we said Mbappe's trying to prove a point that he's the best in the world. Right now, he's moving mad. Every game he's scoring. He's top scorer of the World Cup, 4 goals in 3 games or 4 games. He's out here. He's proven a point. Can England stop that guy? He is France's main weapon. Can we stop him? If we stop Mbappe, we stop France, for me. If we can stop that guy, keep that guy quiet, you keep France quiet. The other weapon is Dembele. Dembele is starting to Dembele, sourcing. Those two need to be stopped. If you can stop those two, and everyone else, leave them alone. If you can stop Dembele and Mbappe, you can beat France. But yeah, France, in order for France to beat England, they're going to have to utilise and they're going to have to rely on every bit of Mbappe, every bit of Dembele to come through. It's going to be a good game though, man. That's going to be a good game. I don't know who I hate more though, England or France. I hate France more, man. I hate them, man, because they're still out here moving colonizers in West Africa. So yeah, man, we've got to stop them, man. France need to go down, bruv.
Yeah, I think it's great game. Set to be a great game. Interesting battles all over the pitch. Yeah, I think one of the keys is out wide on the wings. France against who did they just play?
They played Who was it? Denmark?
Um,
No, it wasn't
nah,
Denmark.
not Australia. Poland, Poland.
Poland, Poland. 3-1.
Yeah, France and Poland against France, they were able to have some success on the wings, get some balls in the box. They caused trouble. I think, like I was saying earlier, SB, I think Saka can give Hernandez nightmares. Everyone's talking about the wingers at France, but Saka, he has the potential to just put a hurting on Hernandez to do damage. So yeah, we'll see with that. I think that's a key for England to try and get him isolated on Hernandez because he's not the best going back. Kunde is not a right back; he's a centre back. So I would start Rashford and get Kunde running in behind. Yeah, Rashford's pace can cause Kunde problems. I wouldn't put Foden there because I agree with you, El Caps. England needs to play the ball quickly, and I think Marcus Rashford is more suited to that style in terms of more quick, direct football. Shift Foden to the 10, that's what I would do. And then Foden can find those passes. And then, yeah, when Kane drops deep, Foden can run in behind as well. So those are the keys for England. Yeah, like you said, El Caps, England shouldn't keep the ball at the back too much because you thought Senegal's press was intense. France's press will be better. They have physical players up front that can close you down quickly. They can do it arguably better than Senegal. So that's something to watch out for. Yeah, Rice. That's the thing. He's not that guy. Even if he finds himself free, he's not the type of player to be dictating things in that area of the field. Like I saw the one time he did receive the ball, and it was he uses physicality. He uses running power to receive the ball and basically ran all the way down the right and got the ball in. So yeah, it goes back to moving the ball quickly for England. France needs to isolate their wingers on England's fullbacks. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Kyle Walker's got the pace to deal with Mbappe." No one's got the pace to deal with Mbappe. You saw Felix Cash. Cash is arguably, well, not just as far, but he's up there in terms of pace with Kyle Walker, and he done well, but he was still getting cooked. So it's kind of inevitable with Mbappe. You just got to limit him. And Dembele as well, you got to look out for him as well. I'm not the big. I like to watch him play, but he's not productive enough for me, Dembele. But he can have. He hasn't scored yet. I don't think he's got an assist yet. He's got 2 assists. Okay.
He's moving productive this World Cup, man. Dembele is moving.
I don't
This
know.
World Cup, yeah, he's moving more like I need to get the job done. Less dilly dally, and he's actually just being more straightforward, just going at it. He's taking players on, get the balls in the box.
I think he needs to have a breakout performance. This may be the breakout performance against England. He played well the last time England and France played. He had a great game. So, yeah, he has the potential to give Luke Shaw a bad day. So, yeah, France should look to isolate the wingers. Giroud is a good matchup for Maguire because he isn't pacey. He's not mobile. So, Maguire can keep him in front of him. It's not like Giroud's going to spin him behind and cause Maguire problems in that way. So it's a good matchup. And aerially as well. He's not going to dominate Maguire aerially. But yeah, England caught the mistakes at the back. France, midfield is kind of even to me. It's even in terms of the physicality. Because you've got Tchouaméni there. He matches up with Bellingham, in my opinion. Rabiot, he matches up with Rice in terms of physicality, in my opinion. So it's kind of even there. Griezmann is the X factor, in my opinion. Griezmann, he's the one that is able to get Mbappe and Dembele in good attacking positions. So he's the one to watch out for. Everyone's worrying about the wings, but you got to watch out for Griezmann as well, because if Griezmann has a good game, France will be very hard to beat. Very hard. Who I think is going to win? Well, I said at the beginning of the tournament that England were going to win the World Cup, so I have to stick with my pick. So I'm going to go with England beating France, and I think both teams will score. England will win 2-1.
Boy. I feel okay. Keys to success for both teams. Let's start with England. I'm kind of thinking to play the same team that played Senegal, only because I feel there's going to be quite a lot of defending to do, and I feel like Henderson's more built to do that defending, and I feel like if you need him to double up on Mbappe with Kyle Walker, you can ask him to do that, and he doesn't mind doing it, get down and dirty for his team, and I feel he could potentially start Rashford. But I still feel Phil Foden needs to play because he needs to link up with people because that midfield three of Henderson, Bellingham, and Declan Rice, it's a nasty midfield, man. No tech whatsoever. Like the tech isn't really there. Let's be honest. Like the ability to progress the ball isn't really there. So you still need Phil Foden to combine. Imagine you have Rashford. That's just not on ball that many on ball players. I would say. But I feel obviously the key is stopping Mbappe. I feel just limit him to not to not shoot. Don't let him shoot really, because once he gets a shot off, it's 50-50 whether it's going in or not. He can cross the ball. I feel because I feel like Giroud, that matchup with Maguire is a good one. Even with John Stones is a decent one. And Dembele can trouble Luke Shaw, but I just don't really trust Dembele's end product. He's very good skillfully, but I feel like if you double up on him, he's just gonna have to pass it backwards. So if you're defensively sound and you're there, you're there for your assignments and don't let Luke Shaw get done 1v1. You'd be okay there. And in the midfield, I'm not really worried about Tchouaméni and Rabiot. Rabiot, they're good players. They can progress the ball really well, but I don't feel like they're match winners. I don't feel like they're gonna pass the ball through an eye of a needle. They're decent. They're good players. They can rotate. They can move the ball. They're press resistant. I just don't think they're outstanding. I don't think they have much of an X factor, unlike Jude Bellingham. So, and I feel Harry Kane can. I honestly feel Harry Kane can dominate the game. I feel like he did that against Senegal. Once he drops in and gets some passes going, he can link up with everybody and release everybody to go like he did in the Senegal game. I think Harry Kane will have a good game. I feel Saka will have a good game. Yeah, I feel confident for English chances. On the France side, I would say you need to have a lot of space behind of that defense because Harry Maguire and John Stones are not quick. You need to allow England to have the ball, make mistakes, capitalize on those mistakes, get the ball wide, and let your best players win the game. I will be from a France perspective. I'll say just watch out for Harry Kane dropping in midfield. Yeah, I just and also when Rashford comes on and people like that, you also need to watch out for their goal scoring ability. Um, I'm leaning towards England. I know it's I don't think it's that controversial. That's how well England's playing. They have the chance to beat the world champions and also beat the best player in the world at the moment. So yeah, I'm actually leaning towards England. I thought England's gonna nick it. I feel it'll be like if England defend well, defend properly, don't allow too much space behind of Kyle Walker. Because Kyle Walker can be got out. He got out a little bit with Ismail Assar. And no one's even said anything about that. And everybody's just saying Walker can lock up Mbappe.
Exactly.
It's a possibility because Mbappe's been locked up before by Wan-Bissaka. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's in a situation where Man United were basically defending for their lives and there's no space in behind. England need to come out and score. So yeah, I'm leaning towards England. I still think England will win. England will win 1-0. 1-0 be a hairy 1-0 game.
One thing that you lot were saying reminded me of a point I wanted to make. The thing with France here, that is another key to victories for England, is that the two wingers, Mbappe and Dembele, they don't really help out much defensively. So if England can, if you got Shaw and you got Walker, and then you've got Rashidi and then you got Saka coming at you. That's four players in the wings, and you've got two wing backs defending four. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Mbappe and Dembele are not going to be helping. So you've got Shaw, Walker, Rashidi, potentially Saka all coming at you. That could
I
be
won't,
very long.
I won't lie. I won't even think I will cut up, man. I was just defend the whole game. Don't go past the halfway line. I won't lie to you.
His pace, because then if France catch him in the break, you don't want Harry Maguire running after Mbappe.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be so embarrassing, man. You do not want that happening. So yeah, but then still you still got Shaw, especially on the
Yeah.
left hand side. You got Shaw and Rashidi,
Do you
and then you
think
got
like? No, go on, go on.
no. I was gonna say on the left side you got Shaw and Rashidi, and then you got Saka.
Do you think the night before the game, yeah, Harry Maguire is thinking, listen,
You man.
on the
You
counter
man.
attack, yeah. If I see Mbappe running at me, yeah, he's probably gonna be sweating in bed, fam.
Yo, that's a
Nightmares.
But if you notice, yeah, if you really think about it, Kyle Walker didn't really attack that much last game.
He
He didn't
didn't.
really, a little bit, but not really. And you notice, I feel like it kind of went into a free a little bit with Kyle Walker,
But it's
Stones,
always
and
been like
Maguire.
that in the
And
Euros
then
as well. Walker
and
was
then
playing a back
Shaw,
three.
yeah, the Shaw was the one that's really going. And then Walker really stayed back. So I think obviously they're doing that for a reason. So at least if there's three at the back all times with Declan in front of them, I think they can do it.
Do
They
you
can do it.
do you think Southgate, or do you think England should consider playing five at the back?
I just don't think. Sorry, I don't think you can go from 4 to 5 then to 4. It just if you're gonna go to 5 at this point, you might as well stick with the 5. If you're gonna go, I mean, if you've really done 4 all this way, you might as well stick. I don't know. I just don't think you go to 4 to 5 to 4 in the next round if you make it.
They kind of play five at the back anyways, well with a back three anyways, because Walker doesn't really, like as you said, Walker doesn't really get involved in the attack and play. So essentially, you have three centre backs to back at all times anyways. And switching that formation, 5-3, 5-3-2, right? The midfield three, so you play three centre backs. You play they'd probably sacrifice Saka and play him as a wing back. Worst case, he's done that before, and then you lose a bit of ball possession, and you're going to sacrifice a player on the ball. And
Yeah,
against France, you're going to need that. Like SB said, a lot of these England players are not very technical. They're not great on the ball. They're very athletic, but you're going to need a bit of passing ability. So if you've got everyone defending, when you get the opportunity to attack, you ain't really got that creative player. So I think that 4-3-3 works anyways because they still play three at the back because they still got Walker there covering Maguire at all times, and then you can have Shaw on the left doing this job, and then the other players more free. Then you might have a Bellingham and then a Foden or whatever. But in this game, yeah, I would play Calvin Phillips instead of Henderson if you're going to be defending.
I don't know if he's fit. Even Kyle Walker, he's not 100% fit as well. That's the thing.
But But with Walker, his pace, man, is needed because Maguire cannot be left alone. He cannot be left alone.
let's not also let's remember John Stones. John Stones can't be left alone either. So both of them.
Exactly.
But Maguire's he's the bozo in that back line, man.
Now let's be real. Also here, yeah, I thought about this earlier. The biggest bozo isn't Maguire. It's Upamecano. Upamecano
That
can
guy
have a
is not a
bozo
defender,
moment.
man.
Trust me here.
He's not a defender. Yeah. I was thinking, why does Didier Deschamps play him? But after watching him, it's because his distribution is much better than Saliba's.
Oh, okay.
Or Konate. He's probably got the best distribution out of all the French centre backs because he can play with both feet and he's comfortable.
Yeah, and I think he's the only one that can play left side centre back. All the rest of them play on the right side. So Konate is right side centre back at Liverpool. So Saliba and Varane.
Yeah, I don't know if Deschamps will change it. He might start Konate because he plays in the Premier League. You never know. We'll see.
No, he's never dropping Varane. Varane's never getting dropped.
True. But yeah, should be a good game.